Hey, this is Stone, and I'm really excited to be talking to you today because what we're talking about is how to help someone else reach their goals. So it's a beautiful thing to be able to take someone close to you, someone that you love, someone that's in your circle of influence that just can't quite get there, and you are able to help them to reach whatever goal it is they're trying to accomplish. Now, this is something that I have done with celebrities, friends, and family. These are really the core elements of the process that I go through. So please don't make the mistake of thinking that because this is on YouTube and it's free, that the value is zero. The value is very, very high. Really ratchet down and focus in because this is a jewel and it's tried and tested that if you follow these 5 steps, you truly can help anyone else reach their goal. It's really a system of accountability. Accountability is the most powerful part of this. And what this does is it helps you to be able to help them to stay on task. Without any further ado, these are 5 steps to helping someone else reach their goal. And we're going to go through these really quickly. These are just the core elements. Okay, number 1 is to clearly define the outcome, not necessarily the goal. Here's what I mean by that. A goal is a simple idea, hey, I want to write a book. Okay, now that's a goal. Really, an outcome is a little more detailed. Whenever you have an outcome, if if this was a perfect world and you accomplished your goal perfectly and you had exactly what you wanted, what would that look like? That's more of what an outcome would be. Also, an outcome needs to be in the past tense as if it's already been accomplished. Now, this may be hard for your friend that's sitting there with you to understand, but you just ask them what it is they really want, and then you create an outcome. So, in other words, if somebody is writing a book and they say, my goal is to write a book, I would ask, okay, what do you really want by completing this book? And so they'll tell you, well, I really have this book that I want to get out to the world that people see and it really helps them to get ahead. And so you say, okay, so when this book is completed, that it will affect millions of people and help them to move towards whatever the book is about and get really clear on what it is they truly want by accomplishing that goal. I'm sure that makes sense. That's step number 1. Clearly define the outcome, not necessarily the goal. Step number 2 is to create next actions. Now, this involves Evernote, and I'm going to assume if you're helping someone to reach their goal, you are sitting with them in order to do this. This can be done over Skype or something like that, but you really need to be able to have interaction with the other person, and you're going to be using Evernote. You want Evernote, you want them to have Evernote. I have no affiliation with Evernote. I just know that Evernote is the best software to do this with. So download Evernote at evernote.com, and you want to create next actions out of notes. So you create a notebook that is whatever the goal is, and then you create notes for every next action that this loved one can take in order to reach their goal. Even if they don't know all the actions they need to take in order to get there, that's okay. We're just talking about next actions. And so every time they give you an action they can take, you create a new note and type in that action. So that's really number 2 is next actions. Number 3 is categories of completion. Now, what you do at this point is you take a look at all of the notes that have been created and you decide how you can group those with common denominators, right? How you can group those together and really create no more than 5 categories. And what this does is it really helps to simplify the goal, and it helps keep the psychological sense of overwhelm at bay. And what I mean by that, if you're looking at Evernote and let's say it's a pretty complex goal and you've got 30 different tasks, you don't really look at 30 tasks, you might be looking at 3 categories, right? If they all fit into those categories. Again, no more than 5 categories. You want to group similar actions together into specific categories. And really, you want to determine what is the ultimate goal of each one of those categories. So it even gets a little more specific that way. Number 4 is to create actions for this week. So now you've got all your next actions created, you've got your categories created. By the way, the categories you create by tagging the notes. Again, that's an Evernote thing, which you might need some training on, but if you know Evernote, you know you just simply tag whatever category that is to the note. So then you can actually group them by the tag and have them listed in the category. Number 4 is you want them to take action for this week, and you want to take specific notes and you want to put at the front of that note action for this week. So they appear at the very top in alphabetical order and they see, okay, what is it that I need to do next? Now I'm using this week as an example. Depending upon the task, it might be, actions you need to take in the next 2 days, 3 days, week, month, whatever it might be. But you're saying, okay, these are the next things that you're going to do before we get together or before we discuss this again. And this is where the accountability comes in, and this is where it makes it really easy for you because you will both have access to a shared notebook on Evernote so you can see what they're doing on their side, and it really helps to hold this person accountable, right? You say, okay, you've decided you need to do these 3 things before we talk or get together next week. And then when you get together, you can see that those things are completed. Then you repeat the previous steps. You look at your next actions, add any if you need to, and say, okay, what is it that we need to complete before the next week, and so on and so forth. This may seem simple, and it really is, which is a good thing. It's not necessarily easy to complete the task, but it's easy to follow. So repeat these steps. If you're using this in a week format, you can meet with this loved one from week to week and see them making progress in their goal, help them to continue to create next actions, and before you know it, with your help, they've accomplished their goal just because you had the right tools and you helped to hold them accountable. I look forward to hearing of your success with this. Please leave comments below at stonejordan.info and let me know what your thoughts are. And whenever you help someone to reach that goal, because this is a tool that will do that, please shoot me a message and let me know how this has served and how this has helped you to help them. And I'm excited to hear of your success and of their success. Thank you very much. I hope you have a purposeful and productive day today and week this week, and we will talk to you next time. Have a good one.